everyone, I'm Alena and welcome to my channel. Here I talk about meditation and spiritual knowledge. Today's topic is who we are and what is our essence. This is actually a continuation of my first video about the differences between self-love and self-acceptance. Let's recall some of the main conclusions of the first video. First of all, you cannot love yourself in the truest sense of the word love. Love implies a relationship, it implies exchange. In other words, you need someone else on the other side. Love is not something that you do with yourself. What you really need to do with yourself is to learn who you actually are, accept your real self, and respect your real self. Accepting your real self, what does it mean? This is a very practical question because if you know who you are, you will know where your happiness can be found. If you don't know who you are, it's very difficult to find it. You will just run around trying this and that, doing all kinds of nonsense. Many people identify themselves as their bodies. When they look in the mirror, they think, this is me, this is how I look. But there are many ways to prove and to experience that we are distinct from our bodies. Not that we are something more than our bodies, but that we are completely different from our bodies. Let's do short meditation practice. If you could find a quiet place for this practice, that would be great, but it doesn't matter. Just try to contemplate on it and think about it. First of all, look at your right hand and try to remember all the details about it. How it looks, how it feels. Have you got any body hair on your hand? How do your fingernails look like, etc. All the details. Now, close your eyes and concentrate on yourself, on you as a person. Try to remember this feeling that you are you on 100%. Think about your hand now. Here is you, a person, and here is your hand. Now imagine that you don't have your right hand anymore. Maybe there was an accident, maybe something else had happened, but you don't have your right hand now. Ask yourself a question. Do you feel incomplete because of that? Do you feel yourself less of a person than you were before when you had both hands? I mean, of course, if you lose a hand, you might not be able to do some practical things, but do you feel yourself less of a person because of that? Usually the answer is no. It's not that now you are 80% of yourself or 90% of yourself just because you have only one hand. Because you're not your hand. Similar things happen in the hospitals quite often. People lose their limbs, sometimes they get new organs, sometimes doctors have to add artificial tissues and implants into their patients' bodies. Nowadays, practically every part of the body and every organ can be replaced, or it will be possible in the near future. An average person might have a few operations like that during his lifetime, but it doesn't matter, he still feels himself as the same person. Human body contains different body parts, organs, tissues and structures, and you can continue this meditation and imagine that you lose more and more body parts, or on the contrary, get new organs and body parts. And you will always get the same result. You will always feel yourself, as you on 100%. What does it mean? This leads us to the conclusion that we are different from every part of our body. In other words, you're not your hand, you're not your leg, you're not your bones, you're not your heart, you're not even your brain. If you are different from every part of your body separately, that means you are different from the whole body. So you are not your body. How cool is that? Actually, there is a scientific proof to that, and I will cover it in the next video. But today's question is, knowing that you're not your body, how it can help people with so-called low self-esteem, or who quote-unquote cannot accept themselves, or people who are bullied. If you really think about it, you will see that usually people are bullied or shamed because of their bodies. But if you really know and experience that you are not your body, then Even when you are around people who are not nice to you just because of your appearance, it won't affect you that much. In other words, you will know that your offenders are just people with lack of spiritual knowledge, spiritual education, or maybe they had their own bad background. That's why their mouths are full of ugly words, hate, envy, and bitterness. And being in this state of mind, they're not happy themselves. But if you really know that you are not your body, their words won't affect you that much. It won't lead you to the depression, to the dark thoughts and dark places. And it's super important because your consciousness is your world, and you create your consciousness by your words, by your acts, by your thoughts, and by information you're letting in. So I'm asking you, please, in every situation, try to remember that you are not your body. I will continue this topic later, but for now, thank you very much for your attention, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye bye.